This is news on WIDERmedia, and I'm Imam Wider. Professor John Evans Fifi Atamos was a Ghanaian politician and a legal scholar who served as the 11th president of Ghana from 2009 until his death in 2012. Professor John Evans Fifi Atamos died on Tuesday, July 24, 2012, at the 37 Military Hospital after a short illness, and today marks 13 years after his death. He would have been 81 years if he were to be alive. His memorial service is being held today at the J.E.A. Park.
The first female vice president of this
anyone who has heard about him will always try to emulate him. We as a family, we are also encouraged to do our bit. One thing that we will also like to draw our president's attention to is the library that has been built in honor of our dear, which seems not to have anything going on there. But we hope that as we are back, something will happen. We are grateful to all of you joining us each and every year. We are thankful to God, and we ask that the soul of our dear brother and all our dear departed ones continue to rest in our Lord's.
I'll stand on all existing protocols. The J.E.A. Mills Memorial Heritage on the 13th anniversary of the passing of His Excellency President John Evans Atta Mills wishes to reiterate our commitment to continuing to espouse the values and principles for which he stood. On this day, 13 years ago, our country was thrown into a complete state of confusion, sadness, and mourning. At that time, the future was bleak, and we appeared as a country to have lost our directional compass. We had lost a patriot who had demonstrated selfless service even unto death. However, our own J.E.A. was part of a master plan from the good Lord himself. Little did we know the foundation stones had been put in place for his better Ghana to realize its full potential, starting with reforms he put in place and ensuring that our future was to be guaranteed.
In my mathematical lessons in school, we're taught that when there is a formula that contains constants and variables, where the answer changes, that change in answer can only be attributable to the change in the variables. So the formula for the celebration of this event has remained the same formula. The date, 24th July, has remained the same. The true family of Professor Mills has remained the true family of Professor Mills. The leadership of the National Democratic Congress has remained the leadership of the National Democratic Congress. The only, and I guess to say that my former deputies have remained my former deputies. The only variable that has changed is the swapping of positions of two very important people in this country. And they just swapped their positions perfectly. One from a former president to the sitting president. And the other one from the sitting president to a former president. So if this celebration is happening in a peaceful atmosphere, that is the true reflection of the lives and beliefs of Professor Mills. I have peace in my mind, peace in my heart, and I believe that Professor Mills is enjoying peace in his grave.
Thank you very much, and welcome, Mr. President.
Exactly 13 years today we lost a very great man. The pain of Professor John Evans Atta Mills' departure would always remain fresh. His sudden transition on July 24, 2012 left not only a deep vacuum in our political and national life, but also in the hearts of those who knew him well and worked with him and were touched by his quiet strength and unwavering humanity. This annual moment of reflection is not just a ceremonial act. It is a national duty and an occasion for us to pause and remember the values that guided the man we honor today, which were humility, integrity, discipline, and above all, peace. Professor Mills was a rare breed of leader. He stood tall not just in intellect, but also in his moral stature. In the often turbulent world of Ghanaian politics, he was always calm in the storm, a voice of reason, a voice of restraint, and a voice of hope from our hearts. It must become. It calls to us to lower our voices and elevate our purpose. It calls on us to be kinder and more accountable, and to remember that in the end, leadership is about legacy. And it's not to be found in statues or slogans, but in the lives of the people that we touch and the examples that we leave behind. To the family of President Mills, we continue to share in your grief and we honor your strength. Your loss was not only yours, it was Ghana's loss. And we will continue to walk with you as we keep his memory alive. To the people of Ghana, let us recommit ourselves to the Ghana that Professor Mills believed in. A Ghana that is united in diversity, strong in values, and anchored in peace. And to Professor Mills, our father, our leader, our teacher, I say, rest well. You may be gone from our sight, but you are never gone from our hearts. Your work lives on in us, and your legacy will continue to light our path. May the soul of Professor J.E.A. Mills rest in perfect peace.
Immediately after the right honorable speaker has laid his speech, we will want to thank
Professor John Fifi Atta Mills was a man of peace, and he showed this through his speech and his way of life. As we are remembering him today, let us try to live in peace with one another. What do you remember about Professor John Fifi Atta Mills? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget, this is news on WIDERmedia. Stay tuned for more.